Hello and welcome to another episode of the Anime Dudes podcast. My name is the one and only. Oh my goodness, my co-host just dabbed. That is awesome, Bjorvio. As we can see, as you saw from that, if you're watching on YouTube or wherever, we're current, we're fresh. All right, we're we're in the know.
And both of us definitely know how to floss.
We are. Yep, the dentist told me to every single night. But yeah, my name's the Anime Dad Riley, and we have the wonderful.
Bjorvio, aka the co-host, aka the Pop-Tart man. But that's only in like 2 states, so don't worry.
Yeah,
If you're curious as to that story, don't be.
the Pop Tart Man. um, well, yeah. Before we get into the proper episode, I just wanted to say thank you for the support so far. Thank you for the listens. Please keep listening, keep sharing, and we'll keep flying up and enjoying our conversations together. Because to be honest, I don't care if anyone listens because I love listening and talking to my man. But it'd be great if people did listen because we love sharing with the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true
So
story.
yeah,
Our conversations outside the podcast sound almost identical, complete with improv. That's not even a joke.
it's not a joke at all. It is not a joke, and it's the highlight of my day. Now, we're talking about some really, really incredible things. Last week, we spoke about Shigaraki. We ended when Shigaraki came back to life with a homemade defibrillator. Now, Bjorvio, a bit of a question for you. Do you think a defibrillator like that would,
Defibrillator.
do you think it would work in real life?
Um, I don't think so, but my knowledge of the medical field is very, very low.
Hmm.
So maybe, but probably not. But could be, but probably not.
Do you think a couple of other quick fires? Let's go move into some quick fire questions. But do you think, all right, what would your name be if Shigaraki was your father?
Um, I think I would have to go with Ned because Shiggy and Nuggies. So then he'd be Shiggy Nuggies and I'd be Ned the Nuggie.
That is actually so cute. How long do you think you would survive in the My Hero verse?
Well, geez, that would really depend on my quirk. If I'm quirkless, I'm gonna give myself about 25 years.
Oh, 25 years. How would you die?
Shiggy.
Well, yeah, are you still thinking you're Shiggy's son? Okay.
Yeah, only in this case, I'm not Shiggy's son, so he takes me out because I'm impersonating Ned the Nuggie. So now he can't have someone going around being Ned the Nuggie when there's a Shiggy Nuggie. It all makes sense in my head.
It does make sense to me as well. What would be your the stupidest quirk you can think of?
Well, one of them that I thought of was that one improv scene we did where I could spray my own sweat like a spray bottle. But here's one that I think is going to be even worse: the ability to remove any pockets from my own clothing.
So you remove it and there's no pocket there.
Right. So like I snap my fingers in, the pocket goes away, but whatever was in the pocket just gets strapped to my actual pants.
That's a really good idea. My useless quirk that I've been thinking about has been the ability not to blink, and I think that would be very useful actually because you could just challenge all the villains to a staring contest, and if you win, they have to go to jail. And you know, in that verse, everyone seems to be a man of their words. So I think that would work really wonderfully, and I'd probably I'd probably be the number one hero. I'd probably take All Might's spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, one for all can only take you so far.
Give me some quick fires.
Okay. So um, if you had a, if you had to get a new statue for your collection, what statue would you get?
Ringoku, I think I'd get him. I'd get him in the middle of a mid pose, mid attack. That would be yeah.
Okay. What is what is your ideal height?
In a woman or man?
Just like if you could be any height, what height would you be?
Probably the height I am now, 6'3" would be ideal. I like it. It's not too tall, not too short. It seems like a good height for me. I can still reach stuff, but I can still bend down and kiss my daughters.
All right. Um, if the, if you had to hold in a fart while going into before going into an important meeting, would you A, hold the fart in, or B, let it out and potentially risk everyone knowing? But it's a 45-minute meeting, so you'd have to hold it in for 45 minutes.
I'd let it out because I've heard that now this is a spoiler alert for farts, but I've heard that if you hold in a fart, it gets reabsorbed into your lungs and comes out your mouth, and that's where bad breath comes from.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. Final quick fire question is if you had which would you rather walk on, hot coals or Legos?
Legos, because I'm a pro at that now. I'm a Lego master. So yeah, I'd say Legos. All right, that's great. That was really good quickfire. I'm warmed up. I'm ready. I'm firing on all cylinders and all fronts. And Ashley Nicole Zav is laughing out loud in our TikTok live. Now, just by the way, those of you listening, you can jump on our TikTok live. We do it every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. CST. So jump on there if you want to see Bjorvio smile like he just did. It's incredible. And if you want to contribute and do some improv, oh my goodness, and he's dabbing. My word, this podcast is too cool for TikTok. To be honest, it shouldn't be on TikTok because it's too cool.
all,
Okay, yeah.
all the kids need to get on our level. We are that is what we strive to be on this podcast. We are the most hippest podcast out there on the Spotify verse. And now my co-host is dabbing. See, I told you we are the hippest and youngest, and the only thing we need in the background playing is some hippity hop music, and that, we're good to go.
I've actually got on the TikTok. I've got Shigaraki, like it's like a loop of Shigaraki going with his hand out and Deku going like this, and it's saying "My Hero Academia," so it looks quite cool. And I've drawn around the outside, so I'm a bit of an artist today. But okay, Shigaraki wakes up, and I pee myself immediately, and I need a new couch because
Oh yeah.
that was a terrifying moment, and his abilities are now on the level of I don't know, All Might, All for One. It's on a level that we've never seen before. Do you think he'd be able to take out All for One?
Oh, quite possibly. Quite possibly, because if All for One and All Might are going at it and they're basically even, it's possible. I mean, All for One only has to make one mistake and Shiggy's got him.
Mm, that's a good point. I mean, he can regenerate, but that's a really, really good point. It depends how fast the disintegration quirk can affect things. Okay, and now he's chasing. They're all trying to run away from everything disintegrating, and we lose someone very special to us that didn't play a major part in the story, but
No, but he's such a great hero. Like,
yeah.
why did Crust have to go, man? Like, he was finally getting good, and he's in the top 10, and he's like the hero that that we didn't know we needed. But like, his sacrifice is up there. Like, so many other great heroes would have done it, and it's like they just threw Crust in there because reasons, I guess. But man, I mean, which would you rather have, Crust or Aizawa? Daddy Zawa all day. But it wasn't fair that we had to lose Crust.
No, and he had a smile in his face when he left this world. So yeah, it was definitely sad and surprising, and it was the start of quite a terrible attack on the heroes and the villains rising and taking the stronghold or taking the upper hand. What happens next, Bjorvio?
Well, I'll tell you what should have happened next. President Mike should have dropped the doctor into the decay, but whatever. Because that dude's not serving any purpose anymore.
Yeah, that's actually
I
very
was I
true.
just wanted him. I just wanted him to stop talking. Like that whole time Mike is running with him, I'm like, just drop him. Who cares anymore?
Mm-hmm.
So he should have dropped him. Um, Shigaraki does his decay, and we see a bunch of heroes try to fight it, like the Wild Wild Pussycats, Shoto, Izuku. Nothing works. And so at this point, eventually the decay stops, and it's revealed that he has some of the bullets that were from the Shiei Isekai. And then Endeavor gets on scene, and you're like, okay, let's see how this goes. He uses Hell's Curtain, and just Shiggy just burns up in flames, and then that's when you realize, without a doubt, oh crap, he has multiple quirks. And that was I mean, I thought he would have. Sorry, weird sneeze. He would have had multiple quirks, but that was the moment that confirmed it. And now you're like, and now with Endeavor on scene, you're like, and so the fight begins.
Yes, and having multiple quirks, it just shows that we didn't know at that time that um that All for One was trying to take over his body in a sense, did we?
No, not really. Um, and so that was the first inkling of it, with All for One mentioning One for All and stuff like that. And that moment when he says One for All over the radio, and everyone's like, wait, what's a One for All? And Deku is just frozen. Because at
Mm-hmm.
that point, it's like, I remember being like, oh crap. They might not know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but they know it's a thing. And that changes a lot.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying, and they know that Deku is connected to it in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, very, very scary moments for the whole of the My Hero Academia verse. Now, let's say you were there as a civilian. Your quirk is that it's sweat spray quirk, and actually you have dual quirks. You're privileged. You have dual quirks. You've got the pocket quirk and the sweat spray quirk. Okay, you come out one of your shops. You see things decaying. Do you think to yourself, "I'm gonna take on this guy," or do you think to yourself, "I'm gonna stop all my pockets, change them all over, and get out of here"? What's your thought process there?
Is it possible to do both? Because I feel like my first instinct was, I need to be a hero. And then I see that and just, oh yeah, my quirk sucks. Maybe I'll try and stuff myself inside one of my own pockets and disappear.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I think to be honest, I'd have like a because I'd see people dying around me or being disintegrated, so I'd get excited and start running towards, and then I'd just step on the disintegration and just die myself. It'll just be a really quick um, death and excited. Oh, my camera just went funny. Come on, come focus back on me. There we
I'll
go.
fix it.
Oh, the dab! Thank you so much for that. It sorted things out almost immediately. Um, okay, now you as a potential hero standing there, yep, you're seeing things happening. Shigaraki's obviously going after Deku. Deku knows that he's going after him, and Deku wants to head straight. He takes Bakugo with him, which is very
No,
smart. Follows him.
Bakugo just goes with him because he's like,
Ah.
I know about One for All. You need someone who knows what's going on in case anything should happen. And he's like, oh, Kachan, that's so sweet. Shut up. Like
And then
that whole scene.
yeah, and then obviously they come into contact with the one and only Shiggy, and Deku starts taking the lead in the battle. Now, that shouldn't necessarily be the case. He's only a provisional licensed hero. There should be some main heroes there to take control, but Deku does, and that's quite a terrifying prospect. Because how old is Deku at that time?
16, I believe.
He's a
And he's
16.
facing down Shiggy. And what's great is like at that point in time, him and Bakugo are about to just engage in this fight, and Gran Torino just zip, boom, gets them out of there, and he goes, I heard about one for all. I gotta help you. And then that's when some of the other pros come up, including Daddy Zawa,
Mm.
um, who really helps turn this fight along. And also Manuel consistently keeping his eyes watered so Aizawa can keep can like focus on not blinking. And this is the only time, the only person that I can remember Shigaraki complimenting in My Hero Academia is Daddy Zawa, which I
Mm.
understand why, but still, it's like that's high praise because he's done it not only once, not only twice, but like three or four times. He's commented on how cool Aizawa is.
So true, so true. And without his quirk, things would have been over a lot quicker. And obviously, that's why Shigaraki begins to target him. And
That's when
upon,
we get
yeah,
one of the dumbest things Deku has done by re-entering the fight, being like, it would have been a greater travesty if we lost Aizawa compared to One for All. Bro, what? No! The bigger travesty would be losing One for All because then what's it matter? Like,
hmm
at that point, Aizawa's quirk is not gonna really be able to do all that much against him. Number one. Number two, all he's got to do is use one of the seven, I think, people's quirks, take out Aizawa, and then no one can stop him. Like, bro, I get that you love Aizawa. I get it. Believe me. But risking One for All to save Aizawa, I completely disagree with that logic.
you said, yeah, you. That's very smart. He might have just let the battle get ahead of him. Got too excited. I want to save everyone. You know how Deku gets. I want to save everyone. I want to. He doesn't think logically. Aizawa is a logical thinker. Even Bakugo is a lot more logical thinking than Deku.
Yeah. Um, and then we also get the reveal of the high ends right around this time. And or I don't remember if it's no, it's the near high ends or
Hmm.
so just in case there wasn't enough things going on in season 6 right now. Now we got to deal with this.
I know. Like Shigaraki's a big enough force. Just the writers should have just left it at him. But no, it just makes it look worse and worse for the heroes, and makes the villains look stronger and stronger. Now,
And
Gig,
that's
yeah,
not even including Makia.
no, I know. That's what I was just about to say. Gigantomachia didn't get there yet, and
No, he's still on the way.
he's still on the way, and that makes me terrified because he is a formidable force. Let's say Gigantomachia at that time goes up against Deku. Who takes the cake?
Gigantomachia.
He does, eh? Oh, I
I
don't
don't, I
believe.
don't think there's any. I think if Deku broke his arm, he might make Makia flinch. You know, like it's just,
And Rengoku as well. You're right. Rengoku comes in there.
and he's all like tasty.
I've been learning Japanese, and just a side note for Rengoku, and I was just looking at what tasty is for in Japanese. I think it's
Umai.
umai. Yeah. Umai.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I
uh,
was because I watched that scene sub the first time, and I was like, and so I just heard him going, Umai! Like over and over again.
I love that. That's incredible. And then doesn't yeah, Shigaraki has those special bullets, and he faces. He obviously wants to take a Razorhead Daddy Aizawa out. Faces him, and flicks that bullet towards him. It goes. It's terrifying. It gets missed, and it hits Aizawa in the leg. And that moment, oh, it was done so well because it ended the episode. I remember it ending the episode after he gets hit in the leg. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my goodness, that's so terrifying. And he's not gonna have a quirk anymore. Me and my daughter was like, we were talking to each other, freaking out. And then it starts the next episode so brilliantly, and he cuts his own leg off, and that would take
Not
an incredible amount of resolve.
right. Not only does he cut his own leg off without a second's hesitation,
Hmm
he doesn't blink.
Mm, mhm, mhm.
He cuts his own leg off, making direct eye contact with Shigaraki with this massive "screw you" written on his face.
He's tough. He's tough. Any time in an anime or a show, it makes me think of 21 Hours, I think it's called, or 21 Days, when the guy has to cut his arm off when he's stuck under a rock.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think. I mean, let's put it to you. Do you think you hand was stuck under a rock? You have no. It's been 7 days. You've got no food, no water. You've got a spoon. Do you think you'd be able to cut your arm off?
No,
I
you
don't
could have
think I
given me a
would.
chainsaw, and I still don't think I could do it.
I know. I think I'd just rather just succumb to hunger and just pass out. but yeah, the resolve, the strength, and the focus that Aizawa has, it just proves that he's a badass and he's absolutely incredible. That's why he is both of our dads.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get him on one of the podcasts sometime.
Yep, and I got the signed Funko Pop saying he is the best Den mother in anime. So if the original voice actor says it, then it must be true.
It has to be true. You need to post that. I want to see that again. That's a absolutely brilliant Funko Pop.
It is. I need to post that again. Maybe I'll post that on my Insta, which all of you should check out. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. That would be fantastic. Anyway, because you get to see posts like that. So
Okay, well, I've got a bit of an improv scene for us today, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're just ourselves. Okay, we're ourselves. We see things happening
okay.
from a distance. We've got those useless quirks. My quirk is the no blinking thing, and your quirk is the sweat. Okay, the sweat spray.
Okay.
Um, and oh hey man, what's your hero name? I'm Blink Man.
Your name is Blinkman. You're not really doing a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
My name is Squirt Nation.
Woohoo! The Squid Nation. That's incredible. No, you know how they call a small man, giant man tiny. Same as me. I just don't blink, so they call me Blink Man. It's and why is your name Squid Nation? That's quite unique.
I spray you in the eyes. Oh wow,
Ooh,
that's true. You really don't blink,
no.
despite my salty sweat. Well, they call me Squirt Nation because my goal is to spray every villain across this whole nation with my sweat.
That is a good goal to have. You know what? We should team up. And I'm not going to say right now who the sidekick's going to be, but we just think, talk about that down the line. Whoever's got the coolest quirk will be the main hero. Whoever doesn't will be the sidekick, But I think we should team up. And as you can see over there, something's going on. Things are going down. I think they need some pro heroes over there. What's your thoughts, Squid Nation?
Well, Blinkman, I think the best thing for us to do is to combine our powers and to go over there and help as many people as we can with your amazing quirk. You're really going to be able to, when people are injured, you're going to say, "You're not allowed to cry until you look me until I blink." I've seen your tactics. They are helpful in
Thank
these
you.
kinds of situations.
Mm,
So, and then what I'll do is I will spray off anything that's not an open wound and clean it. But I mean, obviously, I can't spray an open wound. I don't want to get any bacteria or germs in there. So, I think with our combined efforts, you make the eye contact, and I'll clean them off, and I'll prove why I'm the hero. I mean, why we work so well as a team.
You know what we should do? All right, before we do that, yeah, because it looks like it's handled. There's a few people coming over there. Let's go and sort out our uniforms, get our uniforms sorted out, have a chat over coffee. Get this hero sidekick thing sorted, and then when we come back, we'll be we'll be ready. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, by the time it takes us to change into our hero costume, and clearly, we know who the sidekick. I mean, we'll figure out who the sidekick is, and then I don't think that'll take long. The people are already trapped under the debris. They're not going anywhere. We got time.
Hey, look up there. There's a green guy, and then a guy that's exploding stuff out of his hands. Hey, bro, how you doing?
Wait, you think that's his sweat explosion? Do you think that's my cousin?
That's your cousin. That's Bakugo? That
No
explains.
way. That's
Yeah.
my last name. I'm Steve Bakugo. That's my real name.
Oh my goodness, Steve Bakugo. That's brilliant. Oh, he's looking at us. He's coming over.
Hug me, brother. Boom.
I love that. That's good. That's good. That was fun. All right, we'll do one more, and I think um, it should be Bakugo being interviewed after these events, or yeah, let's skip forward after these events have happened. Things have, and we won't spoil it because we're talking about it in the next episode. But he's going to be interviewed. So this is my mic. So Bakugo. Sorry, what's your hero name again? I didn't get your hero name.
My hero name is King Explosion Murder God Dynamite. How could you forget a name that awesome to a hero that great? Are you stupid or something?
I am actually. I've got a condition. Thanks for bringing it up to the world. Appreciate that. Now, Explosion Murder King. You're now what happened? We're all hearing things of, one for all. I think it was called. What does that mean? What does one for all mean?
King Explosion Murder God Dynamite. Get it right, nerd. Anyway, if you're talking about what one for all is, that's none of your dang business. You're not even a hero. You're just someone out here holding a mic. You want to do something useful? Go interview someone who's hurting and needs some medical attention. Or actually, go get some yourself. It looks like you had a scratch on your neck or something.
No, that's a hickey that your mom gave me last night. But I was just talking. Sorry. Sorry.
You're about to understand where I get the murder from.
Alrighty. That's good. That's a good place to end it, I think. That's really, really good. Thank you very, very much for listening, everyone. This is a lot of fun to do, and please send improv ideas through to our TikToks or to our Instagrams, Bjorvio's Instagram or the Anime Dad's Instagram or TikTok. That would be appreciated, and maybe Bjorvio can take us out with we haven't done Shiggy today, Bjorvio. Would you mind doing a Shiggy and taking us out?
I'll tell you what, I'll do Shiggy, but we both got to be dabbing the whole time.
That is such a good idea. Oh my goodness, this episode, because of our dabbing, is going to take us to the top of the podcast charts, I think. Let's do it.
100%. Absolutely. All right, here we go.
Thank you all so much for tuning in today.
Oh, that sounds awful. Let me try that again.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to this brand new episode of the Anime Dudes podcast. And I got news for you. Things are only getting better from here on out. You think it's good that I'm awake? Wait until Makia and I have been reunited. Oh, it's going to be great. So come back next week. I promise things are going to get so much better. And until then, have an awesome, villain-tastic week, everyone.